Welcome to Invest and Smart, the channel that helps you decode the business world, one story at a time. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown that could change how you see the market. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest stories in modern e-commerce. A company that promised to let you shop like a billionaire, conquered app stores worldwide, and then collapsed in record time. This is the rise and brutal fall of Temu. How did it rise so fast? Why is it now struggling? And what does it teach us about modern retail, regulation, and global competition? Let's unpack it. Temu's meteoric rise. Temu burst onto the global stage at the end of 2022, seemingly out of nowhere. A Chinese online shopping app with a strange name and even stranger prices. At first, no one really paid attention. Until Temu did something bold. It aired not one, but two Super Bowl ads in early 2023, costing over $7 million each. With a catchy jingle and the slogan, "Shop like a billionaire," Temu promised ordinary people luxury-style shopping at bargain prices. And the public? They jumped in. Within weeks, Temu skyrocketed to #1 in the App Store. Millions of users downloaded it. For less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, you could get 10 pairs of socks, 6 lip balms, or 50 hair ties. Sure, most of it was made in China, and the quality was hit or miss. But at these prices, who cared? Temu wasn't just cheap. It was faster than Wish, more addictive than Shein, and surprisingly slick. It offered free delivery, flash deals, daily spin-the-wheel rewards, and even cashback through a $4 per month membership program. The app was gamified, and it worked. Users weren't just shopping, they were playing. On average, people spent 24 minutes per day inside Temu. That's twice the time spent on Amazon. And within a year, Temu beat Amazon and Shein in app downloads across several countries. Backed by billions from parent company PDD Holdings, Temu was burning cash like crazy, but growing fast. It looked unstoppable, but appearances can be deceiving. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit the like button to help more viewers discover this story. It really supports the channel. Up next, how could Temu afford to sell so cheap and still deliver worldwide? Stay with us. The risky business model. So, how did Temu manage to offer jaw-droppingly low prices and ship internationally without collapsing right away? Simple answer, they sold at a loss, a big one. According to a Wired investigation, Temu was losing an average of $30 per order in the US. Yes, you heard that right. Every time someone bought $25 worth of goods, Temu spent $55 to make it happen. Why? Because Temu was playing the long game. Its strategy was clear: conquer the market first, make money later. Let's break it down. Shipping a small parcel from China to the US costs around $14. But Temu offered free delivery and covered those costs themselves. On top of that, they gave out discounts, coupons, and gift incentives like candy. Add to that the cost of servers, logistics, returns, customer service. It adds up fast. Temu's losses weren't minor. Analysts estimate that the company lost between $588 million and $954 million per year just in subsidies. And that's only in the early stages. To fuel this, parent company PDD Holdings, with over $50 billion in reserves, backed the entire operation. But this wasn't their first rodeo. In China, PDD had already used this sell-at-a-loss playbook to compete with Alibaba and JD.com. It worked. Pinduoduo exploded among price-sensitive consumers, so they thought, why not try the same thing globally? But here's the catch. That kind of aggressive growth only works if no one stops you. And the cracks were already forming. The deeper issue? Temu's model only made sense as long as the rules stayed the same. And in international trade, that's a big assumption. Do you think Temu's loss first, profit later model was genius or financial madness? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. Coming up next, Temu's secret weapon, a legal loophole that made all of this possible. And what happened when that loophole got slammed shut? The customs loophole that made it all possible. Temu's ultra-low prices weren't just backed by subsidies. They were also made possible by one magical phrase: de minimis. In US customs law, de minimis means that if a package is worth less than $800, it can enter the country without paying taxes or going through full customs checks. It was meant to help everyday consumers order small items from abroad without red tape. But Temu? They turned this little legal perk into a global pricing weapon. Here's how. Every item sold on Temu was shipped individually from China. Each parcel was declared under $800, so no duties, no taxes. No warehouses in the US meant no storage costs. No customs delays meant faster than expected delivery. Multiply that by millions of daily shipments, and you get a company that looked insanely efficient, but only because they were skipping the bill. And it worked. Temu and its fast fashion cousin Shein became unstoppable forces in US e-commerce. American companies who did pay taxes were furious. So were regulators. And in 2024, everything changed. After the US presidential election, the new administration under Donald Trump declared a trade war escalation with China. Temu, as a high-profile Chinese exporter, was suddenly in the crosshairs. Starting in February 2025, the US began imposing new tariffs: 10% on many Chinese goods, then 20%, then up to 120% or more for low-cost parcels. And finally, on May 2, 2025, the White House abolished the de minimis rule for Chinese shipments entirely. Overnight, Temu's biggest competitive advantage disappeared. Customs taxes now applied to every single parcel. Shipping got slower, more expensive, and far more complex. Temu's low prices? Gone. Their quick delivery? Delayed. And their business model? In serious trouble. If you're finding this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe to Invest and Smart for more deep dives into the global economy. Next up, what happened when the US slammed the door shut, and how Temu began to crumble? The sudden collapse. When the US shut down the de minimis loophole, the effects were immediate and brutal. Temu, once praised for its unbeatable prices, was forced to raise its prices by 20 to 30% overnight. The very reason people loved Temu, ultra-cheap goods, was gone. Suddenly, that $1.17 pack of hair ties, more like $1.69. And shipping? Slower. Way slower. Without the customs shortcut, Temu had to consolidate shipments, deal with new paperwork, and face longer delivery times. What was once a slick, gamified shopping app started to feel frustrating. Consumers noticed, and they left fast. Between March and the end of May 2025, Temu lost 48% of its daily US users. Spending on the app dropped by 30% in a single month. By June, Temu had dropped out of the top 5 apps on both Apple and Google Play. It was barely in the top 50. For a platform that had once looked like the next Amazon killer, the fall was shocking. And it didn't stop there. Parent company PDD Holdings took a massive hit. In Q1 2025, their net income fell by 47% compared to the year before. Growth slowed to just plus 10% compared to triple-digit growth the year before. And the stock? It plunged over 17% in late May. That's after a previous crash in August 2024 that had already wiped out $50 billion in market value. PDD executives admitted that US tariffs were crushing their margins, and Temu's entire US strategy had to be rethought. Temu wasn't dead, but it was definitely on life support. What started as a sleek, fun shopping app had become a symbol of how quickly a business built on loopholes and subsidies can fall apart once the rules change. Have you ever bought something on Temu? Let us know in the comments what your experience was like, and whether you'd still shop there today. Next, we head across the Atlantic. Europe's response, safety concerns, and growing legal pressure on Temu. Europe strikes back. Safety concerns and legal pressure. While Temu was battling tariffs in the US, a different storm was brewing in Europe. This time, it wasn't about taxes, it was about safety and trust. Temu had exploded in popularity across the EU, gaining over 90 million users by the end of 2024. But along with growth came hundreds of complaints. Undelivered packages, poor customer service, hidden fees, and most importantly, dangerous products. European consumer groups launched investigations, and what they found was alarming. In Denmark, 86% of toys and baby items purchased from Temu were non-compliant with safety standards. Small parts that posed choking hazards, pacifier chains that could cause strangulation, and unsafe baby carriers with faulty stitching. Other products weren't just non-compliant, they were outright toxic. Plastic toys contained phthalates at levels 240 times above legal limits. Slimes and modeling pastes had illegal levels of borate affecting reproductive health. Cheap jewelry tested positive for lead, nickel, and cadmium, well beyond EU thresholds, and some cosmetics were missing labels, expiration dates, or even contained banned substances for kids. But it didn't stop at product safety. Regulators found that Temu was using dark patterns, manipulative design tactics to push users to buy more. Fake countdowns, only 2 left, permanent fake discounts, was $20 now $5 when it was never $20 to begin with. Misleading return policies and unreliable customer reviews. In October 2024, the European Commission launched a formal investigation citing potential violations of the Digital Services Act, DSA. Temu now faces the threat of fines up to 6% of global revenue if found guilty of non-compliance. And then came privacy concerns. Security experts flagged Temu's app for excessive data collection, echoing past scandals involving its parent app, Pinduoduo. Several lawsuits in the US accused Temu of functioning like spyware, accessing contacts, messages, and more. Temu denied all allegations, but the damage was done. Before we move on, give this video a thumbs up if you think platforms like Temu should be held accountable for the products they sell. Coming up, can Temu survive all this, or is this the beginning of the end? Can Temu survive? With its US expansion blocked, its reputation shaken in Europe, and regulators watching its every move, is Temu doomed? Not necessarily. Temu and its parent company, PDD Holdings, are now trying to reinvent the platform to survive in a tougher, more regulated world. Step 1. Go local. Temu is no longer relying only on Chinese sellers and warehouses. Instead, it's opening its platform to US and European merchants, allowing local businesses to sell directly through Temu. It's also shifting inventory to regional warehouses in Germany, France, Spain, and the Netherlands for Europe, and in select locations across the US. This new local-to-local model helps Temu avoid customs headaches, speed up delivery, and improve product safety and traceability. To attract sellers, Temu is waiving fees and commissions, offering exposure to millions of users for free. Step 2. Double down on Europe and emerging markets. With the US market shrinking, Temu is expanding aggressively in Canada, Australia, Latin America, and especially Europe, where regulations are still evolving. In early 2025, sales in the European Union jumped 60%, and in France alone, nearly 100%. Temu increased its ad spend in Europe by over 40%, recouping what it stopped spending in the US. Step 3. Image repair. Temu is promising to improve product quality, work with European regulators, and highlight verified local sellers. They say they'll strengthen safety checks and remove illegal listings faster. But promises are cheap. Only consistent, transparent action will restore consumer trust. And even if Temu survives, it won't be the same. It can no longer rely on unfair advantages, legal grey zones, or shock pricing to win. Now, it has to compete like everyone else, in full view of regulators, journalists, and public opinion. So, can Temu truly evolve into a sustainable, compliant platform? Or will it become another cautionary tale of growth at all costs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't go anywhere. We're wrapping it all up in our conclusion. The final takeaway. Temu rose faster than almost any e-commerce company in history, and stumbled just as fast. It built an empire on products sold at a loss, a highly addictive shopping experience, and a customs loophole that made the impossible temporarily possible. But when one pillar collapsed, the whole house shook. Temu now faces a crossroads: evolve, comply, and rebuild trust, or vanish like so many other discount giants before it. What do you think? Is Temu just adjusting or heading for the exit? Let us know in the comments below. We read them all. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Invest and Smart, your source for clear, global business insights. See you in the next video.